What's up, guys? Pastor Rob here, back with another reaction video. As usual, I've got my son Gage.
What's up?
And as usual, we're going to be reacting to a song requested by you guys in the comment section of our videos. Today's reaction is going to be from the band Slipknot, and the song is called The Dying Song, Time to Sing. It's a new release. It was released July 19th, and it's from their new album that's going to be dropping sometime in September. Getting a lot of requests for this one, as we've mentioned in every Slipknot reaction. Slipknot was the very first reaction we ever did on the channel. Link up here.
That's right.
So
wow.
If you want to take a time machine back to when you were like,
that's crazy. I forgot about that.
How were you, like 13 or 12 or something?
I think I was 14.
So 14, you're 18 now. So it's a good little time travel.
Yeah.
So I'll have a link there. And
that was a crazy video to be our first video. It was very controversial. If you go through and see some of the older comments, people were pretty mean.
They were pretty mean. Well,
we didn't really know what we were doing.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were doing. It literally had 12 subscribers at the time. Was only making it for fun, just to see what it would be like to do a reaction.
Yeah,
song.
If you notice the qualities. Did we film it on an iPhone?
It was just an iPhone, just sat right there.
Yeah,
and some lights that Mom used on eBay for selling eBay stuff on the side. So it was all washed out and just.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so that's cool. So it'll be interesting to see the difference, how we've evolved, how they've evolved as artists, and us as reactors. So you ready to get into it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's do it. Disco Slipknot. Or is that some bling?
Bling. Is that Corey's chain? Is that his chain piece?
He's iced out, baby. Is that shorts? Oh,
gym shorts.
Where'd my pencil go?
Put your hands into the water, let your mouth go sick and dry. Put your life into your death now, let them sing till you die. Die, die.
I like the riff.
Whoa, see the DJ? You missed it.
Oh, I missed it. Dang. I was reading the lyrics.
Nice little solo. What is that?
That new mask is crazy looking. Cool bass riff.
Nice.
I like that.
Another solo. That's crazy looking. See DJ?
That's cool.
Robot hand. I like the disco ball. happening? Huh. Pretty dramatic ending. That mask had to symbolize something.
I like the ambient music at the end. I wonder who made that.
And that was Cage's commentary. It's like, "No, who made that end part? Forget all that other technical stuff."
It was just so different.
Yeah, it was. It was. I bet on the album it'll probably transition into something.
Yeah, or I wonder if it's just for the music video.
That's possible.
It would be
too,
cool
for
if
that.
they had it on the album and it transitioned into like another song.
Yeah. So one thing I can tell right off the bat musically is that they have just held up. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
like they sound just like I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it more than I thought I would. Yeah, I guess I don't really know what I was expecting, but it was good. Like, during the first verse, that riff was really cool. It almost felt like a callback to, like, some of their older stuff. Like, it kind of reminded me of, like, their first album. I believe Eyeless, if that's the right song I'm thinking of, it almost had a similar vibe to that song. So I thought that was cool. I will say I didn't like the clean singing as much. Like, not a knock on his singing at all, but for this song specifically, I guess I would have liked to hear more like hardcore intensity.
Because like we did Snuff, we like his.
Oh yeah, for
vocals,
sure.
Yeah.
He's a sick singer, and I think like that type of singing works well in a lot of songs. But like, I really wish they upped the intensity even more on this one.
I see. The video was cool with all the mirrors and it had a little bit of a 80s carnival kind of
Yeah, I wonder if they were
everything's
trying to-
80s tonight. This is the second time
I
I've
wa-
mentioned 80s.
Yeah, have you been watching too much
I
Stranger
guess
Things?
a little Stranger Things, yeah.
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Everything's 80s.
That's right.
But no, I wonder if they were trying to play into that with like the disco ball and everything. I don't know. Have they ever worn like? Yeah, one of them used to wear a clown mask, I think.
Yeah, I think one of them's name is Clown.
Yeah,
Always
I
wears
think something like that.
I believe he lost a child or something last year, year before. So I liked all the lighting, how they had the white tube lights, and they would vary in intensity.
Yeah.
And they reflected back in that mirror. I thought that was cool. The overall like color grading, had the red floor and kind of the it was a soft red. It was well done. Of course, they've got the budget, and
Yeah.
on the YouTube description there, it's got a long list of people that were involved in
Oh,
the
yeah, I
video.
bet.
So obviously they had a nice budget for it, and it
Yeah.
shows. So well done on that regard. Corey's new mask looked like, remember the movie 9?
Yeah, oh, yeah. It does look like that.
It looked just like that.
Yeah.
I had to put a little image of that up here, right here.
Yeah, that was a weird movie.
If I remember. But yeah, that's what his mask reminded me of. And
I think my favorite video of theirs is always going to be I forget the name of the song. It's the one where they're like all these people are running around and they're like destroying the house.
that was the one.
We never reacted to it,
pushed
but I've
my
seen- yeah,
fingers
that
into
one.
that one.
That
Yeah,
one. There's just
yeah.
something super raw about that video.
Yeah, I remember seeing that when it came out when I was younger. I was like, whoa, that's
Yeah.
intense right there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And at that time, the mask thing and all that blood and stuff, I don't remember if that video had blood, but it was very chaotic and kind of scary. It seemed like
it was creepy the first time I saw it.
It was different. But now I'm become desensitized to that stuff to some degree. But yeah, the song is kind of cryptic, I guess. Sometimes
I had a hard time keeping up with the lyrics. I was trying to pay attention to the music and watch the video at the same time. And there's a lot of lyrics here. Very long.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of lyrics. It repeats, portions like most songs. Repeats.
Yeah,
chorus
it
and
was
stuff.
very repetitive towards the end, which I guess if I wanted to throw in another critique, I will say the end felt a little more drawn out than it needed to be, in my opinion.
I can agree with that. It's going to be very hard to discern what he's saying in this song because again, the lyrics are, I don't know. So I made this statement in one song that he probably put the words there because they rhymed, and I
That was in the first video, I think, right?
oh gosh, I got so much hate.
That
for
was one of the ones everyone
and
didn't
that was
like
very
that.
that was very short sighted of me, and I get that he's a
Yeah.
I didn't know much about him at the time.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, you were more joking, really. Like, I don't think you were really accusing him of
Well,
making up stuff like that.
Yeah, I was joking. We'll go with that. No, I don't remember my intention, but I do know I got a whole lot of
Yeah.
of lip on that one. And so I'm gonna not say that, but I am gonna say that. Sometimes I get the feeling like these things just kind of rhyme. But then again, maybe he's just thinking a lot deeper than I can because I don't know the intention of the song. So, but it gives me the impression like and he loves culture commentary. Like he comments on the culture in a lot of his songs or the music industry, the ones that we've reviewed anyway.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what this is. It's almost like he's speaking against people who complain and do nothing tangible based on their complaints, maybe.
It feels like that's been a theme in some of the last couple songs we've talked about.
True.
I think there was a Motionless in White song we did that was kind of that same
one was,
meaning, I think.
That was, but like Preacher's. Like
yeah, Preacher's not doing anything.
Correctly.
That was a good reaction video, too.
That was a good one. Link. But yeah, it's our outrage culture that everybody gets all bent out of shape over every little thing they disagree with, but they don't do anything actually. They don't actually get involved to elicit any real change. They just vocalize their disagreement or disdain and get offended at everything. And there's always somebody offended. There probably always has been, but with social media and the access to people and the volume of access we have, I mean, you're seeing this a lot.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's that. It's like they shout their protest, they post their outrage online, but they don't put in the effort and the work necessary to make the change that they claim to desire. It could be that. I get that vibe because he radical rather than rhetorical, babble like an oracle. So like meaning they're radicalized to a particular view, but not concerned with clear and convincing argumentation. That's what rhetoric is. So you're just radical, throwing firebombs and doing all this stuff, but you're not really putting any real a good argument to help persuade people into your position.
Yeah.
It says they just babble he compares it to an oracle, which is, like a preacher or a prophet or something like that. So from in his perspective, that's just babble, like you're just talking and doing nothing. And then he uses that line, Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost, which interestingly are capitalized in the lyrics in their descriptions where I got the lyrics from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so capitalized. So that's a respect. Thank you for that. But it says their names and it says communist comatose. I don't know. It could be saying God's nowhere to be found in all of this. Comatose gives me that idea. But I don't know where communist comes into it.
Maybe he just moved on to a completely separate thing.
Yeah, it's possible. Maybe, yeah.
But I don't understand why he'd throw Father, Son, and Holy Ghost in there and not elaborate on that any further and then go to talking about communism.
And then he jumps in. He says, Satan, you must be mistaken. There are no more Satans, only the bosses on the board. So like saying the evil that's happening now is from the elite, from like the Rothschild.
I was confused by that too. I didn't understand that either.
Yeah, I mean, that's my best guess there. The bosses on the board are the ones who are causing this evil, the ones who are making the big people making the decisions that affect everybody. Those are the people he's calling Satan. But yeah, so the other potential interpretation, I think, is that it's about people causing. It's about the people causing the supposed outrage not being willing to change what they are doing for the sake of those who are outraged. So like the people are speaking, but not being heard. No change is happening despite all of the arguing back and forth and all the backbiting and all the violence. Everything's kind of staying the same. And in some ways, he's saying, "I'm stepping out of that. I have nothing to do with it." Where's the line at? It's the main song. So the heart begins to suffer when no one else is listening. Only when you've had enough. Time to sing this dying song alone. Put your hands into the water. Let your mouth go sick and dry. So it's like you want to die on the proverbial hill. Well, you're going to be singing your dying song alone. Like I'm not going to be there with you while you're dying on this hill. While you put your hands into the water, but your mouth is sick and dry, meaning you're touching it but not doing anything. Or nothing's changing. Like there's the water right there in front of you. You're touching it, but nothing's changing.
Yeah.
So in essence, he's withdrawing himself from this unwinnable position, I guess he sees. Like he's just not going to get, which I think is to some degree wise. Got to pull yourself out of things that are that it would be foolish to participate in things that aren't actually affecting any real change. If change is what you desire, regardless whether we agree or disagree with your change, that would be foolish to continue to. I don't know. I don't want to say things that don't work. Continue to post on social media continue to comment and leave mean or nasty comments or corrective comments on videos that comments aren't really getting read. Nobody cares. Nobody's changing because of this. Maybe that's an example. I don't know. I'm just thinking on the fly here. I mean, like, for me, from my perspective, it's very trendy to be outraged right now, right? Everybody wants to be outraged, and it's kind of cool to be outraged. Look like you're smart and in tune with things.
Yeah.
Really, seems like the last 5 years or so, it's just become a trend.
Yeah.
Everyone has been out of shape about something, and now they have the opportunity to voice their opinion online, and you have to hear it. And the media's done a good job using these headlines that are titillating, that will get you to click, to gain hits or money or whatever it is. I mean, think about it. If you're a writer for a blog or a newspaper, or you're a producer for a news channel, what kind of headlines are you going to put? Is it going to be all about the stock market?
Oh, yeah, you're going to want the most outrageous ones.
Whatever will get the viewers and keep the viewers and allow you to get some money for your advertising.
Yeah.
It's
And
news.
controversial things are always going to bring in more of a reaction.
100%. They win two ways. They win because the people jump on and go, "Hey, man, I agree. Ban guns," for an example.
Yeah.
And then you have the people coming in, outrageous. You'll take my guns over my dead body, right?
Yeah.
Again, just an example.
It's like two very extreme sides of the issue clashing.
Let's talk about. They're not talking about neighborhood politics or like local politics, because nobody cares.
Yeah.
They're talking about these big things. And if you watch the news cycle is the same thing over and over and over. And it's meant to be titillating, or it's meant to elicit those responses by the clickbaity titles. Black man pulled over. Well,
Yeah.
you're already starting with your presupposition here, and you know that we're going to call. Why did he get pulled over? I got to know what happened. What outrageous thing happened?
Yeah.
White man, I don't know, intercept something. I'm just, and you look. Got to find out what this white guy did.
Yeah.
Right? Gay person, something.
Yeah.
Went into Starbucks and refused service. I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
But there's always people getting pulled over that has nothing to do with color. But that's not going to sell news. Is it?
Yeah.
Or race or whatever. So for us as believers, like, I'm really struggling to try to come up with a way to put a biblical spin on what he's talking about, because us as believers, we're called to look not only to our own interests, this is Philippians 2:4, but also to the interests of others. So we have to be trying to help those who are trying to get help, who are trying to make change. Again, as long as they line up biblically, right? If what the change that is being, if the negative thing that's happening is anti-biblical, for example, then the Christians should be out trying to elicit change and protect other people, not just for our own sake, but because it helps other people.
Yeah.
To have a biblical worldview, right? We can give a million examples of things that are happening in the culture right now that are completely unbiblical, and it's up to Christians to do this, not just for ourselves, but for the interests of others. So we should be involved in some way with change. And then one of the things that can happen when you're trying to elicit change, which it sounds like he's experiencing, is growing weary. And Galatians 6:9 says, to not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. So in time, we will reap. We will receive our reward for not growing weary while doing good. Again, assuming it's good. I'm assuming a lot of what he has in mind is probably things that are just sort of, I don't know what he has in mind, so I guess I can't comment on that. But for us as believers, we should be thinking about how to not grow weary while we're doing good, and doing good for others as well as ourselves, but for others' interests, not just our own. And so I think the believer's response to all the noise out there in the culture should be compassion for both sides of the issue. I know that's going to sound controversial. And always trying to help people find common ground in the biblical perspective. Because the Bible is the arbiter of truth. It's how we determine what true is. So when you have two parties that are diametrically opposed with each other, here's this neutral source. This is a standard of truth from God's perspective. And as believers, we believe it's true for all of us. What's this say? And let's find common ground here, not in our own ideologies. Because our ideologies are based on all sorts of stuff. And as we've talked about in other videos, are relative. They change based on whatever's popular or whatever's cool. Like right now, certain things are cool and hot in the media. So those are the hot buttons right now. But the scripture has always been clear on these items and has never changed. So that's our source, and that's where we go. So our response should be, when I said compassion for both sides, is understanding that both people truly believe that their feelings are valid and that their position is the right position. So they're desperately trying to convince the other person of their position, right?
Yeah.
And then we need to find a middle ground, biblically rooted middle ground, and let's go there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I hope so. So that was a real stretch trying to comment on the song that I really don't completely understand. I look forward. If any of you know what the song meant or means or have heard anything, let me know. Probably like the very first reaction. How fitting would it be? That would be way off because we were way off on that reaction. But oh well, maybe that's just what we do with Slipknot. So thank you guys for loving us all these years and letting us listen to your bands and talk openly and correcting us and helping us understand more. And hopefully we're helping you understand more of the biblical perspective and the Christian perspective. So thank you for watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until the next video, may the light of the Lord continue to shine on you. Peace.
Peace.